Not every book and reader is going to click. I picked up these books hoping for some magic, and that just didn't happen. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the 10 books that I DNF'd. I may or may not go back to, but let's get into it. Just because I didn't read them doesn't mean we don't have to talk about them, right? So, book number one. Book number one is called Heathens by Mia McKenzie. I believe, well, this is literary fiction. Um, it is about a young girl. So I don't remember the synopsis. I'm going to tell you what I know from what I read. It's about a young girl who lives at home. She goes to school. She takes, or does she go to work? She goes to school or work. She goes somewhere, but she takes care of her siblings. And so she's very busy. She has this issue. She talks with her teacher. Her teacher wants her to meet her a friend of hers who lives in another city. And so, in order for her to go to this other city, she would have to leave her siblings. And if she leaves her siblings, there's nobody else to take care of them. I think her mother is sick. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, she goes to this other city to talk to this other person. And the lady wants to kind of interview her, which I thought was kind of corny because you already know why she's there. And I know that the young girl is supposed to meet some celebrities while she's there. I was not able to connect to this book. I think I only picked it because at the time, well, it's fairly new. I believe it's a 2025, and I think that's why I picked it because I don't really have any interest in this book. Once I started to reading, Once I started reading it, I was hoping that it would, you know, pull me in. No such thing. It did not happen. No such thing. So I went ahead and took that back to the library because that just wasn't happening for me. Book number two is The Book of Night Women by Marlon James. Now, this book, somebody recommended that I read this book. Excuse me. They liked it. Unfortunately, I did not. This book, from what I read, and I didn't read very much of this book because I did not like the way the lady was talking. So I think this is about like there's like this magical world or something, and there's this lady who is an elder to this young girl, and I guess they're plotting something, right? But what I didn't like was the way the lady was talking to her. She was condescending. She kept using the N word, and the way she was using it was very derogatory. Like, we know that we use words all sorts of ways. If you watched my Why I Only Read Black Books video, then you know, like, we can be like, use the N word and it be loving. Like, I personally don't use it, but I see people use it. I know people who use it, and you can use it to degrade. You can use it to um, uplift, even to um, talk about a connection, or let somebody know that you're connected to that person. There's so many ways to use it, but I did not like the way she was using this word. And the funny thing is, if I'm not mistaken, this lady is black too, so I'm just kind of like, I don't get it. Like, it was, I don't know. And I just didn't like the way she treated the girl. And if I'm not mistaken, she talked about not liking the girl. And that turned me off. That was in the beginning of the book. I tried to get past it, but I don't know. I just couldn't get with that. I couldn't. Maybe if I had finished it, I may have liked it, but it just turned me all the way off. I did not like it. Then there was this one is The Girl Who Grew Big. I DNF'd this book so fast. So I can't remember the person who wrote this book. I can't remember their name. It's the lady who wrote Night Crawling. Let me see. Layla Motley. Okay. So she wrote The Girl Who Grew Big. And so when I this book was in one of my new releases video, and when I was reading the synopsis for it, I thought to myself, oh, interesting, about some teenage girls who had babies, and they're kind of doing their thing on their own, trying to take care of their kids or whatever. So I thought, oh, cool, I want to see what this is about. Why these girls living like hippies? Like they live in the woods somewhere and hanging clothes on trees and taking baths in the river. I was like, oh no, this definitely is not my thing. And don't get me wrong, it's so I think what happens is I built up an expectation in my head for this book, what I thought it was going to be. So personally, I was a teen mom. And so I thought I was going to be able to connect with this book. And it was so far from what I experienced or anybody that I knew experienced. I don't know anybody who lived in the back of a truck, a pickup truck. Like these girls are living in the back of a pickup truck. And I'm like, what? Like it's not even that. I don't know, but I couldn't get with it. You live in a pickup truck and you got a baby, and some other girls are living with you and you get pregnant again, and you live in the back of a pickup truck. Like, come on now. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't get with it. I could not get with it. I'm sorry, but this book upset me a little bit because it did not make sense to me. And then we have The Devil Three Times, which is by Ricky Fain. I wanted to read this one, but the way my Christianity is set up, it did not work out. So this book did not sit right in my spirit. So I know that in this book is about several generations who have had to deal with the devil. And so it gets to this lady. Um, I think it might have even been seven generations, but it was several different generations, generation after generation. The devil go to them and say, "Hey, I can offer you this." They take it, and then I don't know, maybe they get special powers. I don't know what happens, but something happens. They get some kind of benefit from a deal with the devil. They get to this lady, and she doesn't, well, where I left off, she doesn't exactly know he's the devil. And I could just tell you that it did not feel right in my spirit with this book. So I had to put it down. I did not, yeah, no, not for me. And then the next book was Ghetto Heartstrings. Now, I DNF this book, but I really didn't have a reason for DNF in this book, except for the fact that um, Banks' book came out while I was reading it. Let's see, what's the name of Banks' book? Her book is called Necessary for Her. So I was reading Ghetto Heartstrings, and Necessary for Her came out, and I just tossed it to the side and started reading Banks. And so I'm definitely going to go back to Ghetto Heartstrings. I didn't even really get a chance to get into it, so I don't even really know what it's about. I want to read it. I saw Estevan's she wrote this thing about it or whatever on Facebook. And so I wanted to read it. So I really don't even know what it's about. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says Brooklyn thought she had it all: brains, beauty, and the unconditional love of the only man she ever wanted. The streets, very own perfect. To her, he wasn't just a hustler, he was her forever. But when fate pulls on her heartstrings, testing her loyalty against his fight for freedom, Brooklyn proves she's more than just his woman, she's his rider. Perfect lives by a code: protect your family and secure the bag. For Brooklyn, he would go to war with anybody, even the man tied to her bloodline. But when temptation and the weight of the streets forced him to cross a line he swore he never would, their love faces consequences neither of them saw coming. As Secret Surf and Lies unravel, one of the most solid crews in Miami begin to unfold. Brooklyn and Wise uncover family truth that threatened to destroy everything, leaving her torn behind forgiveness and the sweet revenge of blood. Tragedy strikes, making her a target of an evil she never imagined. And when the one person who kept perfect balance is ripped away, he spirals back into the ruthless man he fought not to be. In a world where love, loyalty, and survival collide, Ghetto Heartstrings is a story of passion, betrayal, and the fight to hold it all together. Brooklyn vows to be an asset and not a liability, where perfect proves just how far a real man will go to protect what's his, even if it means killing for it. So I definitely am going to go back to Ghetto Heartstrings because that sounds really good. But I have to finish Banks' book. I cannot remember the name of that book. I just keep calling it Unnecessary. And then the next one is, oh dang, what is it? Save something for me. It's it's book 7 in the Crenshaw. What's it called? The Crenshaw series. I think it's called the Crenshaw series. Let's see, what's it called? It is book number 7, Save Room for Us. Yeah, and it is called the Crenshaw series. So now that I'm talking about Banks, I'm going to let you know book number 9 is Save Room for Us. Now, I have been trying to read Save Room for Us for months. Banks's book is book number 9. I started reading Save Room for Us before book number 8 came out, which is Love's Most Wanted. I think the reason why I can't get into this is because I burned myself out. I ate books 1 through 6 up quick, like gobbled them down. And now that I'm on here, it is about Asif. And so far, I've only gotten as far as him hiring this girl to be a nurse in his facility. And in my head, now I don't know this, but in my head, this book is going to go like the 6 books before them, which is the girl that he hired to be the nurse is going to become his wife. I'm about 90% sure that's going to happen. So I think that that is why I can't get into it. Now, Banks's book, on the other hand, she is the only girl. So of course her book is going to be different. And I know that her 7 brothers are going to stay, her 8, yeah, 7 brothers are going to stay on her neck about who she's dating. But I want to see who she's dating. I want to see what they're going to do. Like, I'm into this one. I think I started reading this maybe 2 days ago. I think I'm about 35% in. But the thing is, I am reading Necessary for Her, which is Banks's book. I am reading um, Hold My Girl. I am reading uh, Dim Boys. What is it? Dim Boys at the Bottom or something like that by Diamond D. Johnson. Like, I am reading multiple books, and I guarantee you by the end of this week, I will be done with at least 3 or 4 of the books that I'm reading. And that is why I know that something is happening with Save Room for Us, because it does not take me this long to read a book. I've been literally reading this book since before Love's Most Wanted came out. And I, for some reason, cannot connect to it. So I'm going to put it down, but I do want to finish the entire series. So maybe after I read Banks, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I am definitely going to read it at some point. I don't know, even if it's next year, I'm definitely going to read it. And then we have Never Faking About You, which is book number 10. um is it book number 10? Let me see. Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Never Faking About You by Aubrey J. um this is a book that I've had in my Kindle library for a very long time. I keep going back and forth and back and forth and reading it. And so just the other day I went in and looked because I wanted to see how much of it I've finished, and it was only like 18%. I'm like, what? And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to let this book go because I feel like I have been reading this book forever. I think I was reading this book before I was reading Save Room for Us. And I've read more of Save Room for Us than I've read of that book. So I kind of feel like maybe I'm just not interested. I thought, like, with everything that's happened in the book, I would have sworn I could at least be at like maybe 50% or something. But maybe I'm just not interested. Or I don't know. I put it away because I'll maybe go back to it. I don't even know what the book is about. I know that this guy and this girl is dating, and they broke up, and he's trying to get her back. And don't ask me their names because I do not know. And then I think that was 7, or I think it was 6. Okay, so Draco would be number 7, and I did number them, but I got out of order when I started with Ghetto Heartstrings. Um, um, Draco. So Draco is another one of those books that did not feel right in my spirit. It was about this guy who is either getting his palm read or tarot cards or getting his future told or something to that effect. I really don't like that kind of stuff. It doesn't feel right. So once I realized that that was what the book was about, because I went into this one blind, I just love the cover so much. If you have seen the cover of Draco, that man, I wanted to read it just because of the way the cover looks. So while I'm reading the book, I could see this picture in my head, but no, it didn't work out. And there's a part 2, so it must be pretty good. I just can't get into it. And then the next one is Free Me From You by Diamond Johnson. And so a couple weeks back, I read Law 1 and 2. It was really good. It was fantastic. I loved it. I killed both of those books. And I thought that they were so good. I wanted to get into something else by Diamond Johnson. So I went to Free Me From You, but I wasn't able to get into that one. And so I put that one down, which I don't think I'm going to go back to, but I did pick up Them Boys from the Bottom, and I am into that one. I'm currently reading that one. I excuse me. I actually started on that one yesterday. I'm about 50% in with that one, so I'll be done with that one in no time. It is really, really good. And then what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, the last one, number 10 was Free Me From You by Diamond Johnson. Like I said, I'm going to put that down, and I'm not going to pick it back up because I am reading Them Boys from the Bottom. So, do you guys DNF books or do you just make yourself read them? I generally don't make myself read a book that I don't like. I try and read enough to find out if it's going to be good. Like um, Tangled Hearts. It started out, it was hard. Tangled Hearts was very hard for me. But once it got good, oh, it blew me away. It blew me away. I loved Tangled Hearts. But it didn't start out, it didn't start out that way. I think I had to read at least 4 chapters before I was really able to kind of, see it. I don't know what I'm looking for, but sometimes I'm reading, sometimes I'm listening. When I'm listening, I know that I can kind of zone out and, because I'm doing something else, I could zone out and not even hear what the book is saying. When I'm reading a book, I'm impatient because I only have a certain amount of time that I can be still and not be doing anything while I'm actually reading a book. And so I need to learn a little patience, basically. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Do all of the YouTube things like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, see you soon.